reporters that many are carrying the words Je suis Charlie, I am Charlie, and freedom. Others have candles. There's a very somber mood, we're told.
We hear everywhere about this false trade-off between freedom of speech and freedom of religion, as though there was some kind of balance to be struck here. There is no balance to be struck. Freedom of speech never infringes on freedom of religion. There's nothing I could say in this podcast about religion generally, or about Islam in particular, that would infringe upon someone else's freedom to practice his or her religion. If your freedom of religion entails that you force those who do not share it to conform to it, well then that's not freedom of religion. We have a word for that. That's theocracy.
It's important, first of all, to say that mainstream society, European society's reaction to this must be, as we've heard with many of your interviews, must be to stand on the principle of freedom of speech. What that entails is an understanding that Islam, my faith, is an idea. No idea is above scrutiny. No idea whatsoever. To criticize, to scrutinize, and to satirize my own religion is not Islamophobia. It's what this magazine has been doing, as you've mentioned, with all other faiths and in fact with all other political ideologies as well. It's called political and religious satire.
Even if you grant everything that's wrong with capitalism and the history of colonialism, you should not be able to deny that these religious maniacs are motivated by concerns about blasphemy and the depiction of the Prophet Muhammad, and consider their behavior entirely ethical in light of specific religious doctrines.
Charlie Hebdo was the only paper in the world, really, that continued to say it is our right as secular French citizens to draw, lampoon, laugh at, write about whatever we want. We're free people in a free society. They were the only ones who held on to that, and obviously on Wednesday morning we know what happened as a result.
We can't give in to this. So here's one sign that a person, whether he's on the left or the right politically, has completely lost the plot here. The moment he begins to ask, what was in those cartoons? Were those cartoons racist? Was that a negative portrayal of Muhammad? To ask such questions is obscene. People have been murdered over cartoons. End of moral analysis.
We want freedom, in my opinion. First, because we cannot know. We can never be sure we're right. And therefore, we have no right to force our views on other people. And second, because the thing that's really important is the individual's own values and his own beliefs. If you're not free to sin, then neither are you free to be virtuous. Virtue is a meaningless concept unless an individual has a free will to choose between one act and another.
If you want to win the hearts and minds of people, you have to put your idea in the marketplace of ideas, and it has to be discussed and debated. Now you and I know, and I don't know where you fall in the spectrum of ideas, but I know where I fall in the spectrum of ideas. The ideas of freedom and of tolerance and of equality, I want them to be debated because I think they are robust ideas. I'm not going to inhibit anybody from saying what they want. I'm not going to legislate. In fact, I detest it when Europeans go around saying they're going to ban or punish people who deny the Holocaust. Well, it's really bad that they do that. If you put your idea in the marketplace of ideas, then it should be debated.